how much have you made exactly last month?
November was 50.7K.
15.7 thousand euros, that is.
Yep, euros. We help French entrepreneurs and expats to learn the language from scratch. So now it's English, later it's gonna be like Spanish, Italian, we want to expand. But now it's like basically helping beginners to become conversational and then to become fluent. And I was, before joining FBM, I wanted to create this huge YouTube channel where I was basically giving people advices, motivation and stuff. But yeah, I was not getting the money.
All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here. In this video, I have a client of ours named Luc Labarile here on my Zoom. He's made, I think, over 15,000 euros in the last month with language coaching, which is, by the way, a better monthly salary than some Harvard professors have. So that's obviously fantastic. So I got him on board here to talk a little bit about his journey with us, what exactly he's doing, to show you what you can actually do in a similar niche or in any niche that is connected to your hobby, expertise, or skills. So Luc, thanks a lot for tuning in. Where are you right now? What country, what city?
Netherlands. I'm near Amsterdam.
Beautiful. Where's your last name from? Is that Italian?
Yeah, I'm Italian. I'm half Italian. Yeah.
Nice. That explains a lot. Anyways, how much have you made exactly last month?
November was 50.7K.
15.7 thousand euros, that is.
Yep, euros. Yep, exactly.
Congrats on that. Fantastic. And what exactly are you doing? What exactly are you delivering to your clients?
So basically, we help French entrepreneurs and expats to learn the language from scratch. So now it's English, later it's going to be like Spanish, Italian, we want to expand. But now it's like basically helping beginners to become conversational and then to become fluent.
Sounds cool. Sounds fantastic. How did you pick up English language coaching? Did you study that at school or something?
No, because actually, I had no clue what to coach, and the coaches told me, like in the group, on FBM, yo, Luc, you have a skill, you speak 6-7 languages, you can do something out of it, let's go. And I had a lot of limiting beliefs because my English wasn't perfect at that time, and I thought, like, Luc, 4 years ago you couldn't speak at all, and now you basically speak as people. You only spoke like one language, 2 languages, and now I speak 6-7 languages. And the thing is, the moment I committed, I got passionate about it, because at the very beginning, I wasn't per se passionate about languages, but on that moment I committed to that niche, I was like, holy shit, I become passionate about it.
Love it. Wait, so you learned English 4 years ago?
Yep.
Jesus Christ, you're really good. Like I consider myself fairly gifted in languages. I studied Latin at university. I had some Greek as well. I picked up, almost flawless American accent, almost flawless, although it got worse because half of my team is German. So I'm starting to get a German accent again. But damn, 4 years, that is fast.
Yeah, like 3 years I couldn't handle a conversation.
Didn't I started Russian like 4 years ago, like 2018, and I don't know anything. Okay, oh wow, so that is fantastic. You're crushing it. And so you're like, okay, 4 years ago I learned English. I'm really good at that. And then you came into our program just basically because you wanted to be your own boss, I guess. You want to have your own business.
Exactly.
And you're not sure what you wanted to do yet. And then you got into our beginner program. We analyzed your strengths. We were like, Luc, you can speak a lot of languages. That's great. Let's do that. And now 15.7 thousand euros in 1 month. That's fantastic. You're crushing it. Is that cash flow 15.7K or what is it?
Cash flow, yeah.
How much is it in closing revenue?
It would be like 19.7.
Oh, even better. So basically $20,000 because if it's 9.7K euros, it's basically 20K dollars. That is crazy, man. Fantastic. And so especially in the language coaching, a lot of people say like you got to teach per hour. Like, oh, I do Skype sessions for $50 an hour and so on and so forth. I've actually had someone recently discussing that with me in the DMs on Instagram. You're not doing that. So that's not what we teach you. So how exactly are you working with your clients? Because somebody watching this right now, they're like, okay, but for $20,000 a month in revenue, I'm going to have to coach probably nonstop, right? Or how exactly are you doing that?
Yeah, so I only have like 10, 15 clients per month. Now I have like 11 clients, 12 clients, I think. And what I do is basically, we have one call a week. They also have one call a week with my team. They can practice a bit. They can do some like pronunciation things, grammar issues, grammar bottlenecks and stuff. And then they have to send voice messages every day on WhatsApp, and that's it.
Pretty chill.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty chill. How happy are your clients?
Yeah, super happy. Like they went from zero. Like one guy went in Bali. He couldn't speak at all, and now he has a girlfriend in Bali. He couldn't speak at all, now he has a girlfriend. Some clients closed. Like they went from, because sometimes I'm even amazed by the results of my clients, because back in the days I couldn't speak at all, as I told you, and now my clients are literally like, one guy went from zero to closing a deal in English after 3-4 months, which is crazy if you think about it.
Wow.
You cannot speak at all, and like in 4 months you can literally close a guy in the English market, international market.
That's insane. That's beautiful. I mean, because we talk a lot about like money, how much did you make and so on and so forth, because it's a quantifiable end result.
Yeah.
But I love that, because almost every time I have clients like you on a call or on an interview, they always say like, yeah, that's cool and all, but like I really love seeing my clients progress. I really like seeing them get results. And it's the same for you. And it's cool because you see that as a coach, you get excited about your clients' results, which makes you more excited about selling, which makes you sell more, which makes you get more clients, which makes you become more passionate, and so on and so forth. So it's like a beautiful upward spiral.
And the thing is, with the call with my team, I don't have to do it. Like I can tell them like, yo, you have one call a week with me, plus on WhatsApp. But I really over deliver, and I'm like, okay, you know what? You're gonna have an extra call with my team, and that's it. Exactly,
and that's how it should be. You start alone, and then you start hiring an assistant or two, and then you scale up, and so on and so forth. And yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic to hear. So. Okay, so to back up a little bit, so you came to us, you had no clue what you want to do, you started this, you're cracking 5 figures a month, multiple 5 now, which is fantastic. A lot of people say, okay, but for that, you probably need to have a big brand, la-di-da. Can we show you Instagram? Actually, I'm not even sure what your Instagram is. Can we show it, just to prove?
It's Luc, L-U-C, Labarile, L-A-B-A.
Oh yeah, there you go. We're gonna edit it in as well. You have 4,100 followers, so that's not crazy big amount. At least by now. It could be that probably like by the time we release this video, you have a little bit more. But yeah, you don't need to have thousands of followers to make that kind of money. Do you have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I have like 10 followers, I guess.
Okay. Let me guess, like your mom, your aunt, your best friend,
family, yeah. Send the link on the WhatsApp group of the family, and that's it.
Yeah. Hey family, new video. That's how I used to do it in the beginning. And my mom was like, I don't understand anything, but it's great. So cute. Yeah.
Comments, it's my mom and my cousin, I guess, or something.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, cool. If you look at what you've learned with us and where you are right now, what was the biggest lesson that you've learned in our Freedom Business Mentoring beginner program?
I would say it's like lead gen and sales, because without lead gen, you cannot get sales, and without sales, you cannot get money. And I was, before joining FBM, I wanted to create this huge YouTube channel where I was basically giving people advices, motivation and stuff. But yeah, I was not getting the money. So I was doing everything on Instagram and Facebook, and just the fact that you can send a message to someone and then basically coach them, which is crazy. I think it's the most thing. And also one really important thing is social circle, because when I got into FBM, I was basically talking with people, and I even met people. I even met a guy, and we went to London together to shoot some content, execute on FBM, BBM. And this is great, because before I was kind of lonely, like building my business in my room and stuff. So I met a lot of people in the group which basically had the same goals as me.
Yeah, that's always a big one, just the community feeling and so on and so forth. And I like also what you said in terms of like, okay, before that you wanted to have this big brand and stuff like that, because we do get people like that. We always say you don't need to have a big brand. You can absolutely make 10, 20, 30K without having a big brand. But then we have some people who like, I want to have a big brand, like you. And I remember you and I discussing that, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, where you're like, hey, like I kind of do want to build this, and I'm like, good. Well, we can do this now slowly. Now that you're making $10,000 to $20,000 a month, like, you know, how much easier and more chill is it to build a brand as you're already making money, 10 to 20K? Hey, that's 100 to 200, over 100 to $200,000 a year. That's a 6-figure yearly income. And then saying, okay, now let me go a little broader and build a brand on top of that. That's much more chill than building a brand first, just, you know, for months without ever getting paid, or even years. So that's always a nice way of doing things. And funnily enough, we're gonna do a little spoiler alert here, but it's the same for me, man. I've created a Formula One meme Instagram account. I'm not gonna say which one it is, but it's, you know, like, how cool is it for me to make this meme account while I'm making, you know, multiple 7 figures a year on the side, and I'm just like, yeah, I can do these meme things now. It's much more fun to do it that way as you're getting paid. So I recommend everybody doing it that way. I didn't make the rules, but unfortunately, if you want to have an impact in this world, and if you want to have a positive impact on your life and your family's life, making money is definitely one of the facilitators to make this easier. Let's put it that way. So, and then you can always build a brand later on. Yeah. So, do you live near Amsterdam, or are you just there right now for vacation?
Near Amsterdam. Yeah, I live.
What brought you there?
I was before I was studying there, and then I basically dropped out because of.
Because of what? Because of what?
Because thanks to FBM. Thanks to FBM.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
I never recommend that. I'm like, don't quit your university. Don't quit anything because of us. But hey, at least in your case, it worked, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's bad for me to say, because that's how I did it. You know, I dropped out of university. I was studying Latin and English to become a professor. Before that, I was studying music. And I just dropped out to make the business happen. And I'm like, don't do it the way I did. Like, not necessarily. Do it at least on the side until you make money, and then you can.
Yeah,
still
that's
quit.
what I did. That's what I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, of course,
okay.
Of course. And then I realized, like, you know what? I'm not learning a lot. I'm waking up. I'm not fulfilled. So yeah, let's just build a business on this side, and then making money. And then once I'm sure, 100% sure, let's go all in. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Fulfilled, you know, emergency also, because before I was like, oh, I can study, I can handle the business. And I wasn't going all in lead gen and sales and branding, but now I'm going all in, you know?
Yeah. I remember, like, when I quit university, I didn't even officially quit, because I was like calling the hotline, the support hotline, and I was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm thinking about quitting, canceling. And she's like, well, if you cancel, you have to like pay back all the money that we've given you for you to study, because in Austria as a social state, you actually get money to study. But if you freeze it, you don't have to pay anything back. And I'm like, okay, well, how long do I need to freeze? And they're like, it's indefinite. So I'm like, if I'm like 80 years old in like 2070, in the year 2070, can I come back and continue studying? They're like, yeah, if you want. I'm like, sounds good. I'll come back then. Meanwhile, let me make a couple million. So my student account is apparently still active from 2009, and I can come back at any time and just continue where I left off. So shout out to University of Vienna. You guys rock. Thank you very much. So what does your day-to-day life look like nowadays? What do you do all day?
Wake up, lead gen, spend time with my girlfriend, and then I basically have a call with my team. Clients on Friday. Friday it's only coaching, so on Fridays I'm just doing like my 8-9 hours of coaching, and the rest I'm basically following the course, taking some time to call my family, and going to the gym and learning languages, because before I didn't have a lot of time to follow my passion, which became my passion, and I can learn languages and go also all in that sense.
Chill. What language are you learning right now?
I'm learning German.
Ah, also verstehst du mich, wenn ich auf Deutsch spreche?
Ja, genau.
Well, okay, everybody can say ja, genau. No, it sounds cool, man. That's fantastic, man. Crushing it. It's, you know, languages are super interesting. What do you think for someone watching this right now on YouTube? Like, what is like the one lesson that you would give to them, the one tip, if they also want to build a business from their skill, you know, their passion, their expertise, their hobby?
I think it's because, you know, there's a lot of courses on the internet, you know, and a lot of people think it's the course that they're gonna give them the magic pill, as you also say a lot. And I think it's a 50-50 relationship. That's what I tell to my clients as well. Like, you know, it's not because you show up on the call twice a week that you're going to have the results. You have to execute like every goddamn day. And you have to put the extra effort, which not a lot of people want to do, but that's how it works. Like I was working a lot. Like I was basically not going out with my friends. I was spending a lot of evenings like doing lead gen, understanding why it didn't work and getting back to the coaches. And I think it's a 50-50 relationship between the coach and the coachee. And you will have to put the effort. So it's not just like following, even in FBM, like you don't just have to go on the calls, ask some questions. It's for you, it's not for them, you know? So just like don't just show up on the calls, but also execute.
Yeah, exactly. Like nothing is a magic pill. And if you come to us, for example, it's like, oh yeah, you guys are going to fix it for me. That's obviously never going to make it happen for you. So you have to do that, and you have to take responsibility for you and for your business. And you have to be consistent at it. Of course, we can guide you through it, which is of course much easier and it saves you a lot of time. But ultimately, you yourself are your own maker, so to speak. So yeah, that's pretty inspiring to say. Luc, do you have anything else to mention before we wrap this up?
Nope.
All right, beautiful. All right, man. Yeah, dude, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate that. Stay on the line real quick. And if you're watching this right now and you say, hey, this is inspiring for me, I also have a hobby, skill, expertise that I want to learn to monetize. Maybe you've seen our other clients making their first 6 or even 7 figures a year. If that is you, then go ahead and book a free consultation call with us. There's a link down in the description below. You click on that link, you fill out the application. It takes you 2 minutes to fill it out. And then you can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you. It's entirely for free. And on that call, we'll be telling you exactly how valuable your skill is, and if it is a skill that qualifies you to make 6 to 7 figures a year, how exactly you can do that. We'll give you the exact steps. We've had people who literally just made up 50K just from being on the call with us, entirely for free. So even if you're not becoming a client, I can guarantee you it's going to be very, very valuable for you. So I want to thank you very much for watching. Like I said, link is down in the description below, and talk to you soon.